Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Too Good to Be True podcast. I am your host, Pascal Mayala. If you did not see me do game three and game four, is because I was very busy, very tired because I got a long journey those 2 days. But instead, I do it a little bit differently. I am recording game three on a Sunday. Then that Monday morning, the in my time zone, like 1:30 in the morning, I'm gonna cover game four, and we're gonna discuss it. But first, we are gonna discuss game three. Um, Game three is in the books, and I can tell you that Indiana Pacers won game three at their home with a Tyrese Haliburton who showed up. The bench showed up, and they did an amazing thing on game three. So before we talk about this, make sure to go on my YouTube channel to write Too Good to Be True podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, like, notify, and leave your comment on my video. And also don't forget to listen to this on Spotify, Amazon Music, and Apple Podcast. That being said, here we go. First, let's let's look at the result of the game three between the Pacers and the Thunder in game three. The great game from the Pacers. 117 to actually 116 to 107 with a Pacer winning it. So let's go look at the stat right now. So SGA, yeah, this is the first time he had a low below 30. I don't think ever. Maybe since the last season, I don't remember. I don't have the stat with me. So he had 24 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists, shot for 9 and 20 in the field goal, and 1 and 3 in the 3 point. And also he had minus 3. So we have to put that. But Chet Holmgren and Jalen Williams had a perfect game. So let's start with Jalen Williams. Jalen Williams had 26 points, 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, shot for 9 and 18 in the field goal, and 1 and 2 at the 3 point. And also he had minus 9, which is not good. Him and Shea are on a minus. But Chet Holmgren had 20 points, 10 rebounds, 2 assists, 1 steal, shot for 6 of 15 on the field goal, 0 and 6 at the 3 point, and he was in plus 1. Lou Dort, 12 points, 4 rebounds, shot for 4 and 8 in the field goal, and 4 and 5 at the 3 point, and he was in plus 1. The bench did not show up. Compared to the Indiana Pacers, who, like I said, Tyrese Haliburton showed up with 22 points, and 9 rebounds, 11 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, shot for 9-17 on the field goal, 4 and 8 in the 3 point. And he was plus 1. Pascal Siakam, 21 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, shot for 8 and 14 on the field goal, 0 and 2 in the 3 point, and he was in plus 8. And we got to give a shout out to two persons from the bench. Benedict Mathurin, who got 27 points from the bench, four rebound, one assist, 1 block, shot for 9 and 12 in the field goal, 2 and 3 in the 3 point, and he was plus 16. T.J. McConnell. Let me just tell this: T.J. McConnell was the highlight in Game 3. 10 points, 1 rebound, 5 assists, 5 steals. Yes, I said 5 steals. Shot for 3 and 8 in the field goal. And he was in plus 12. And I can tell you that I was not expecting TJ McConnell play this way like he did in game 3. Especially how he stole the ball 5 times. Actually, he stole the ball like in the inbound. Not one, I believe like one twice, and you can see his reaction. Say, "I'm a dog. I'm a dog," which he is a dog. I love when players become dogs in this series, and when I saw this, I said the bench really stepped up, especially two players, T.J. McConnell and Benedict Mathurin. Expect Mathurin also, he stole the show. 27 points. I mean, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, shot for 2 and 3 in the 3 point, 9 and 12 in the field goal. I mean, he really, really, really did showed up with this series. But before we continued, let's hear what Pascal Siakam had to say after his the game 3 victory against the OKC. Oh, there's a technical issue.
But I just, the guys just kept playing, kept playing, kept playing. We're just gonna keep fighting to the end, and that's it's gonna take all. It's a great team, so we know what we're up against, and it's gonna take all of us staying together, continue to fight. They started the game great, made some shots, but I just, the guys just kept playing, kept playing, kept playing. We're just gonna keep fighting to the end, and that's who we are.
Is there a magic number when you all, like on the whiteboard from Coach Carlisle, whether it's number of turnovers? You guys shot about 52%. You turned it over 7 in the first quarter, but then you locked that down. Is there some sort of secret sauce that if we do A, B, or C, we've got a chance to beat this team?
I don't think there's a secret sauce. Again, you're playing against an amazing team, so you're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna have plays that happens, and you just got to keep playing. And I think for us, as long as we and we play pace of basketball, we always feel like we have a chance against anybody. So that's just the mindset that we have.
Did you in game 2? Because I don't think you did. I don't think you played tonight when I was asked pregame. Tim Legler and I were on SportsCenter. I said to me the key tonight is in the name of the home team, pace.
Yeah.
If you guys get out and run, and I felt like off misses or even off makes, it was ping pong and it quickly down.
We had a lot of energy. I think obviously we didn't play the way we wanted game 2, but it's a long series. It's a lot of days, a lot of games, and we just got to keep chipping away. And I think coach does a good job of just keeping us ready and focused, and just move on to the next play, the next play, the next play, and the next game.
So you heard what Pascal Siakam said. Yes, next game, the way to move the game and the ball. And I'll say this with those Pacer team, they're a little bit streaky. yeah, they're a little bit streaky, and the way, like I said, Indiana Pacer would not let go. The Pacer would not let go of anything. And the way they played, we got to give shout out to Rick Carlisle, because Rick Carlisle, a great coach, been to the NBA Finals, and know what it takes. So we got to take Rick Carlisle some credit. Credit where credit is due. And also, we got to give shout out to Tyrese Haliburton. Tyrese Haliburton, game 2, actually game 1 and game 2, He was disappeared. He was MIA. I mean, we needed an APB to find him where he was. Even though game one he did a heroic comeback to win game one, but game two he was disappeared. Game three he stepped up with 22 points, and I wish he did that in game. And if I wish he did that in game four, but spoiler, he did. He did. But at the same time, it's a long series. So let's listen to um, Benedict Benedict Mathurin on uh, on his on post after the win. So let me just do this.
Another night tomorrow night. Maintaining What's the key to maintaining the professional attitude and approach that tonight might not be my night? That's all right. There's another night tomorrow night. Maintaining the idea that when my number's called and when the moment arrives, I'll be prepared for it.
I think you just have to stay ready. Stay ready so you don't have to get ready. That's me. That's me. Just get in the game, trying to help my team win.
The reason I'm laughing is because I always joke. I get on the plane in a suit, and I told Legler earlier, I said, I arrive ready so I don't have to get ready, but that's wearing a suit. You're talking about playing in an NBA's finals game, and I would imagine maybe it can be challenging when you're a player that's played at as high a level as you have throughout this year to just maintain that understanding that every night might not be the night. But it sounds like this is just sort of your demeanor and this is how you approach things. Is that what you're saying?
For sure. I think that, some people get it confused with just knowing myself. I'm a very, very confident, player, and I think I can be the best player every night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just, if it's not the energy, if it's not the, the attitude or the energy that you have going to the game, then, I think that's a little bit harder.
So you heard what he said, and if you saw under the on the screen, he's the youngest to score 25 points since the NBA ABA merge. So that's a great accomplishment for him. Now for the OKC, SGA, I was pretty much disappointed because while in game one and two you scored 30 plus points, in game four, actually game three, you had 24 points. Not only that 24 point, in the fourth quarter you disappeared, while the others stepped up. And I heard what Kendrick Perkins said during the game three anal- analyzing game three, and he said something pretty. It was pretty much interesting. He said that just because they call the play for you, SGA and Jalen Williams, it doesn't mean you got to take the shot. And I think I'm paraphrasing, but that is kind of true. That is kind of true because I think, and for the new for people who understand the game, and bear with me, when the coach call a play for you, sometimes the coach will do a play. It's for you, but really it's not for you. It's for your other teammate. Because sometimes you can take a bad shot. It doesn't actually not a bad shot, but a shot it doesn't go in. But if your teammate when your teammate um try, try to call the play for you, actually not the player, but the coach try to do a play call for you, and it's not you to shoot, but the other player on your team, and sometimes that person will make it. They did, and they did do it. And just want to go back to the Indiana Pacers. Before I continue to OKC, and just a little bit brief. Remember when we said that role player play better at home, which is it is absolutely true, and they show it right now why role player play better at home. Just for that record. Now we'll go back to OKC. The bench was non-existent. Um, but we gotta get shout out to Jalen Williams because in game three, especially on the full court, he really showed up. SGA was pretty non-existent. We talked about it, and he needed to be the aggressive in game four. Sported, he did. But but they need to figure out how to step up. But let's listen to what SGA got to say after a full quarter struggle, which he did struggle. But let's listen to what he got to say.
Hard to say because I don't see it from like a bird's eye view right now. After watching film, we'll definitely have a better idea. Um, but they were aggressive. They were heavy in the crowd. I'm not sure how many points they had, but it felt like that when they scored, like we're going against a set defense, and it's always harder against a set defense. So off the top of my head, those are a few things, but I'm sure there's probably more we can weave through once we watch film.
For sure, here on the right. Well,
So you heard what SGA got to say, which is true. Did he need to adjust in first quarter? He need to step up at first in fourth quarter. But but I hope game four that he plays very well. Now let's go read the team stat for it. The team stat in game three.
we're playing against a great
Oh,
team, so we know what we out.
thank you, Pascal. We heard you talking. So let's look at the team stat. The field goal. Uh, OKC had 37 for 79 in the field goal compared to in Pacers 44 to 85 in the field goal. So that means it's 46% to 51% from the Pacers. Now, if you look at the 3 point, they shot 10 out of 22 OKC compared to India Pacers who shot 9 to 27, which is OKC had it by advantage over the Pacers by what 7 point like 12 percentage something like that, yeah, 12 percentage. And the free throw, we're not going to talk about it. Pacer got the advantage, but in the rebounding, OKC out rebounded by against the Pacers. OKC by what? By 6 point, by six over 4 points. So So rebounding, I got no issue. Assist, Pacers, they're always going to be on top. Um, by the steal, 13 steal, five of them come from T.J. McConnell over the OKC Thunder by four, actually by six. By the blocking, the Pacers 11 block compared to uh, the OKC four. The turnover, this is going to be an issue. There was a lot of turnover for the OKC compared to the Pacers, so they need to adjust that in Game Four. They, but Pacers outscored in the paint over OKC by 2 points by two, and I gotta admit that Pacers have a little bit the advantage, but it's pretty much more about OKC got more the advantage when it comes to the team stat. and I hope Game 4 does it better. Spoiler, they did, they did. So I will analyze the Game 4 on Monday morning. So I'm not going to give the preview for Game 4. So it's already passed while I was recording on the Sunday. So thank you very much for listening. Make sure to follow me on social media at Belly versus PMM on X, formerly Twitter, Facebook, Pascal Mayala, Instagram, Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. Same thing with Thread, Pascal underscore Mayala underscore 15. That being said, thank you very much for listening. And while I'm recording for Game 3, Sunday morning at 1:30 in the morning, I will record Game 4. Thank you, and I will see you while I record this tomorrow.